Yeah, U3, live from the underground.
Hey yo, what's happening? What's happening? This your boy DJ Scorpio with a K. I'm at U3 Radio. You already know what it is. We here with a special guest, the first gospel artist to touch this mic that I have interviewed. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good day today, and I'm glad to have him. His name is Sondaye.
Sondaye.
Already know. Yeah. How you been, brother?
Man, I'm good. And yourself? I'm feeling fresh.
Fresh?
Yeah.
I just came from church, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
what
I'm
church
feeling
is that?
extra good. New Center Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man.
New Life Center.
Nice,
You know.
nice.
Yeah, man. He was preaching on never giving up, man.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm excited and ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
You got some ventures on the way?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You already know.
All right.
You already know. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But if you wanna, it's the first time. You know what I'm saying? If you feel comfortable,
Okay.
you wanna lead in prayer right now.
Absolutely. We'll do that.
Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Cool. Heavenly Father, we come to you in Jesus' name. We say thank you for this time and this interview. I just pray as listeners are hearing this, they would be encouraged, would draw them closer to you, so that we have a good time on this set and just be able to experience your grace, your presence in Jesus' name.
Amen. Let's go. And also, what we do on U3 Radio, we want to give you the chance to promote your song, one of your best ones, a cappella. So if you got something that you can spit a cappella, you know what I'm saying, one of your singles, let it fly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Floor's all yours, man.
All right. So this is off a song called it's off my homie's album. I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head, but I can split the verse. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
So you.
Yeah. Once again, I find myself face to face with the deep, walking by faith and not by what I see. Look, at God said it gonna happen. We gonna take him at his word. It don't matter what you heard. We know the Lord is faithful to his sheep. Good shepherd, good measure, pressing, shaking together. I love a good blessing, but God is a true treasure. My cup runneth over, my plate is full. I'm free as an eagle. All of my sins have been paid in full. Wait upon his time and guarantee he gonna make a move. Split the sea wide open. There ain't nothing that he can't do. Yeah, buddy, I'm still holding on with confidence and promises that he gave me in my 20s. Fast forward just a couple of years, all things have come to pass, but it's come with some tears. School of hard knocks taught me not to run from my fears. Had to embrace the things I hated. Now the vision's clear. Everything I thought I lost, God returned it to me sevenfold. Boomerang, sometimes to get it back, you gotta let it go. Beyond senses, finite minds can never comprehend the depths of his holy and divine wisdom. Tell you how.
That's Sunday.
Yeah.
Not Tuesday, Wednesday. That's Sunday.
Yeah. I'll bring the bar back later.
How you spell your name, man, for the people?
Yes. Capital SON, capital DAYE.
So how you come up with that? Like, I know that's like a play on words, but
yeah. So how I came up with it is my great grandfather a long time ago. Grew up in Kentucky. He was a man of God. He went to church. Really had a very good relationship with him. Got to see him walk out his faith. And me and him are super tight. We're like best friends.
Right.
And his name was Billy Sunday Odom. And so I just pretty much snatched his name and just made it all right.
Oh, okay. That's a nice little story there.
Yeah.
But so you always been into Christian rap?
Oh, yes and no. So not necessarily. So I started off rapping in high school. It was just some homies. We used to copy what his big brother would do. So if he was into skateboarding, we skateboarded. Or if he was into playing basketball, we played basketball. So he got into rap.
Right.
So it really was just us walking down the street one day, and we just started kicking rhymes because his brother would do it. And so I started like, man, this is actually cool. I can put these words together and actually like create something. So his big brother would like grade us. So we try to spit some raps for him. Like, you get a B+. You get like a C. And so over time, I really started liking the craft. I started like, dude, I can actually do this.
Right.
And so I would start. First group I was in, it was called Hidden Identity.
It was Hidden Identity. Let's go.
It was just me and a friend. It was a duo. And then I moved down to Texas, San Antonio, 2023. And then I was still into rap at that time. And so I, me and my friend from Taft High School had a group. It's like, I grew up on a dude named Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Yeah, that was my dude, Ken Bus. So I used to,
yeah.
So my friends used to bring these CDs. I used to listen. I was like, yo, this dude is dope. Like, so I would try to like model myself after him as far as rapping. So it was just rap. Like, it was just whatever at that time. And so I'm writing these rhyme books, but at the same time, I really felt like God calling me. So, I'm like writing rhymes, but I'm trashing rhyme books. So I'm like, I don't know if this is. So one day I hit my homie up. I was like, hey, I'm gonna start going back to church, man. And he's like, okay, whatever. We just kind of like.
So you already knew you had a calling on you.
I don't even know, because at that time it wasn't really. I just was feeling this conviction, like because I grew up in church,
right?
But I wasn't really like kind of living it, so it's kind of like I was like in the middle, so to speak. So I just felt that pull, and eventually I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna start going to church or whatever. And then my cousin introduced me to a group called Cross Movement at the time, and these dudes were like spitting, like I was like, yo, like who are these cats, man? It's like rhyming, but it was kind of weird to me because it's like they're rhyming, but they're rapping about like God stuff. So I had never heard like Christian rap at that time like that. I had a couple people try to introduce to me in high school, but I was just like, man. But when she would, I'll go hang out with her, and she popped these tapes in or CDs. I'm like, yo, like these cats are spitting. They're like East Coast Philly style, which is perfect for me because I like that East Coast style anyways.
Oh, where you from?
Washington State. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy, but at that time, like that was just kind of my influences, and I just loved the wordplay, punchlines. And so I was like, yo, I started digging into more like some of these artists, and then at that point, I was like, you know what, maybe I can do this for God one day. But it took a long time from that moment to where I actually started putting stuff on record. It had been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Oh, after that.
Yeah, I wasn't really
getting together.
Yeah, I was. The concept was there. The idea was there. I knew I wanted to do it, but I ended up running to a friend at my church. He goes by Back to the Garden, and me and him started like teaming up, and we put our first EP out. So it was crazy. I mean, we had like our pop filter was like a do-rag. We were using like these crazy playback speakers. We didn't have no equipment, but we just knew we wanted to rap. And so we put the EP out. I try not to go and listen to it too much. It's cringy to me.
Right.
But it was a start. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So next I want to ask you, like, what's your favorite scripture?
Yeah.
In the Bible, like, what do you resonate?
Yeah, so it's Proverbs 24:16. 7 times a righteous man will fall, each time he'll rise up again. It just resonates with me because I mess up a lot. I mess up, and
at least he's honest.
Yeah.
Some of y'all ain't honest. Y'all
need
to tell the truth. Shame the devil.
I mess up a lot, man, and I fall short a lot. So that scripture is just always at my mind. Hey, like, get back up and keep going. Get back up and keep going. So Proverbs 24:16.
Never give up.
Never give up. Hey, that was what you were talking about.
It's a marathon, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I understand that a lot of old churches, right, want to keep it the same, the whole 2-step.
Okay.
Do you believe that a lot of new upcoming rappers like yourself should move into the old churches and show them like we can get down like y'all, this is the new age?
Yeah, I think if there's an open invite for that, I understand there's a lot of people traditional as far as the music, and I can see where there may be a little bit of concern because you listen to hip hop on a general scale and you kind of see some of the negativity. So churches are like, man, we're not trying to like open that floodgate to us, but believe it or not, there are people out here who truly love God, like for real, and can rap and can spit.
Yeah.
And I would just invite anybody who may be listening, like, man, I don't know about this kind of rap stuff, but we kind of like to keep it, and that's cool. But just like do some research and look for artists who are really doing their thing, and see that there's people who are that are, you know, I guess up to date with the music, but can still like bring that work too. So.
Because I remember Mary did their thing, right?
Yeah, Mary. Oh my gosh, bro.
And
Mary
they transformed, and
Yeah.
the old crowd wasn't feeling that, you
Yeah.
know, so they kind of got turned off, and they don't. But they let themselves some Kirk Franklin for some reason.
Yeah, hey, bro, he's a legend. So
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some Lecrae.
yeah,
You know?
Lecrae. Yeah, I like Lecrae. It's like one of my biggest influences. So
Yeah, I was googling Lecrae and Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Just to see that top tier of who's a gospel hip hop artist. But,
Yeah.
Right, and they came up Kirk Franklin, but they didn't have Ty on there. Ty Tribbett.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They got Kanye West on there.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's definitely interesting.
So everything that he did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They still got him under Christian hip hop.
His project though, Jesus King, was really creative to me. I still go back and listen to some of the tracks on there. Water's a good one. I like a couple other ones, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I just say it like that. It's very interesting.
I mean, what's your thought process like how somebody be able to transform like that? You know what I'm saying? Like from secular music to you know, for worldly music to gospel. Like, are you think they like putting on just to sell more records? Or?
Man, you know what? You can never tell the true intention of a person's heart at that time. I really believe time tells that, to be honest with you. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Any person saying, hey, you know what, I want to kind of like switch to, you know, gospel, like I'm a champion for them. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. That's awesome that you want to be in a relationship with God and you want to share that. But sometimes people can be put on that platform really too early where it might need to be, they just need some time to develop before they kind of like really, you know, drop that. But I get it. You know, when you learn about God, you're like really excited. And you're like, yeah, I want to go tell everybody. Mm-hmm. But time will tell. And, you know.
Like a new relationship.
Yeah. And you know, with Kanye, like it may be years later where he's like, you know what? Like some of the stuff I was on at that moment, I was kind of being foolish because a relationship with God is not just one straight perfection. It's like up, down. Sometimes you're like really just on fire. Other days you just like going backwards. You know what I mean? I can testify to that. Some days I'm just like, yo, what's up? God, I love you. And other days I'm just like, man, like I wish I can go back to, you know, it's that battle. So time will tell all things at the end of the day. God knows the heart, but I'm going to champion for anybody who's want to be close with God.
But the thing is, you got millions of fans following you, though.
Yeah. And
so that up and down factor, like.
I agree with you. And so that's where I believe some artists just need to take some time to grow. Man. Like that's my personal belief. So if a dude was like, yeah, I want to get into the gospel thing, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Can we take some time to kind of like understand what this means first before we kind of get on that record? Because like I've said before, is the genre of gospel and the lifestyle of gospel are two different things. Mm-hmm. Anybody can put out a gospel record, man, like for real. And I'm not going to name drop. There's artists who've done it. But then, you know, you come back, maybe circle back 2 years later, and they're still kind of doing the old thing. And so for me, I'm just like, man, I would love to be in a place just even in our city, but just even as an individual to help some of those people, even in our own city, looking to kind of make that transition to help them out. But my first thing I would tell them is like, yeah, let's learn. You know what I mean? Like you don't just get out and go run a marathon, you haven't been trained.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are some of the places that you perform around Texas?
Yeah, so
because some people be like, oh, Christian rappers, it's hard to get a show because they don't want to perform with, you know, the worldly rappers, you know, that's out here.
So I perform, of course, in churches. I've also performed at like open mic nights. There's a place called Fitzgerald's off of San Pedro.
Yeah.
Bubble Rap.
Yeah.
I've done some stuff in some things like that. I've done Paper Tiger.
Oh, Paper Tiger.
Okay. Yeah. That on a friend's tour of mine. So I'm not so much concerned about like venue spot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I'm a rap anywhere. I'm allowed to rap. So
who would you like to open up for?
If I had a choice.
Yeah, if you had a choice.
Bizzle.
Okay.
Spray. Yeah. I've actually shared stages with Bizzle before. not like on his set,
Yeah.
right? But I've actually did open. It was a couple years ago, like this YMCA things like called DR Sims. It's like over there by the Pearl. But yeah, actually,
by the Pearl. Okay.
Yeah, a couple years ago, man, so I got to open up for him. But Lecrae would be really cool to open up for.
Yeah, that would be
They
wild.
be kind of nervous. They be kind of nerve wracking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'd be wild. So I got my, like, when I listen to gospel music, like singer based.
Okay.
I got mine that it makes me break.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tears just start rolling.
I feel you.
You know, We Fall Down, Johnny Clergy.
Okay.
Yeah, that get me every time. What's one? I know you got one.
Man, bro. Shoot, if I had to say, there's maybe some old school Hill songs, some of the old school, like I kind of rock with them. So there's an old song. Gosh, what is it called? I can't remember the song, bro. It's an old Hill song. Bro, I can't even remember. It's like an old school, like, all I need is you. That's it. So my brain had to catch up, bro. Shoot! My brain had to catch up. I was like, wait a minute. It's real song. All I need is you. That's my jam. So yeah, I'll listen to that.
So everybody goes through something.
Yeah.
Everybody has a testimony.
Mm-hmm.
What is a testimony near and dear to your heart that you can just let the people know and that they can learn from?
Yeah. So testimony. A couple years ago, 2011, my mom passed away from breast cancer.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you, man. And so I remember prior to that, I was just coming into like God and Christ, and I was like really like preaching to her, and it really turned her off, man.
Oh,
it turned her off. I get it, because sometimes when you're just like, you need to turn, and she was like, she was kind of like, I'm your mom. Like, hold up, I get it. Don't get out of pocket.
Right.
So I was like, one day I was like, I'm wrong. I shouldn't be approaching like that. So hey, Mom, I'm sorry. Can I start over? So she ended up getting breast cancer shortly after my little sister was born. And so through that, me and she really got close to God Himself. And so I would pray for her, and we would pray together. We kind of started like just really connecting. And I'm praying that God would heal her. I'm praying God would touch her, and I believe He could. Well, I also believe God has a sovereign will, and it wasn't His will for her to live. And she ended up passing away, but she died in Christ. So the testimony in that is, yes, her life was taken cancer, but
yes,
she died believing Jesus. She promises that He will give eternal life to those who believe. So I rest with that peace.
Man, amen.
Like, okay. Yeah. So I'm not like, So that was a testimony for me that I was that's dear to my heart. Excuse me, because sometimes when things happen like that, like God becomes an enemy really fast. Like, like God, why'd you do this? But you gotta remember, Satan came to kill and destroy.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times God has taken a rap for a lot of things that Satan does in this world. You know what I mean? So I always say that testimony just to know that God, like, even with all that crazy stuff going on, He's still good. He's still working out things for the good for those who love Him. So,
man,
yeah,
that's a testimony, man. I'm glad you came out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you come out of something, it's okay for you to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Without being like emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And man, I give it to you, bro. That's a lot.
Appreciate that.
What are like some of the gospel artists you listen to today?
Yes.
Your top three at least.
Woo, man, definitely Lecrae's up there. Bizzle, he's one of the dudes I like to listen to.
So they kind of like your mentors at far.
Yeah, but there's also local people, man, that I listen to. That.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear that too much.
There's local dudes. Like one of my biggest influences, a rapper, a dude named Jarrell, here in the city of San Antonio. He's actually mentored me for like the last decade.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm a byproduct of his, I guess censorship.
Yeah,
I should call it.
Word.
Yeah, no, but he's a big influence to me. There's also a dude named Evan Toombs. He's a dude that I really inspired to be like. So there's a lot of favorites I have, but that are actually in the city and that are like killing it. You just don't, they're underground.
Underground.
Yeah, super underground, but they're doing amazing stuff and putting out projects. And there's a lot of dudes that I respect.
So do you think they should tap into these events where they got these worldly rappers, rapping and you know what I'm saying, talking about shooting and stuff? You think they should tap into that?
I mean, I personally, mean, if there's a pocket and a place for me to be there, of course I want to be there and share that message. Because at the end of the day, we want people to, obviously put the negativity down because it's counterproductive to, us as a genre. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As a subculture. So yeah, I'm gonna say, I mean, for me, if they're like, yeah, we got this spot for you Sunday to come rap at this, and like, yeah, just do your thing. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Like, I'm not afraid to like be in that environment.
Be the light in the dark.
Yeah, and that's not everybody's conviction. Some people are like, yeah, I don't do that. I don't think that's right. And I respect that. But for me, part of the reason why I started hitting up open mics like that, so I can just be around people and build relationships with people who are not Christians. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With the hopes that maybe if we come around, we have a relationship. You allow me to share with you this what God has done in my life and what He can do in yours. So
you got to leave the sinners.
Man, I just
promised land.
I would say it like this. Yes, I would definitely leave the sinners, but also show them relationship, because a lot of people don't know. They don't know their creator. So yes, in that sense, I would definitely leave in that regards. But I want you to get around me to see, like, we ain't all like what the media portrays us as. I mean, like, these just people that just don't just hate everybody. I mean,
because people come around and think they gotta act a certain way around, gospel artists and
who thou are you?
Tucking their shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Tuck your shirt, yeah. Like no, like I'm a man like you. The difference may be that I have knowledge of God and I have a relationship with Him. I can show what He did in me. I can transform me. He can do it in you. Like, I don't, I'm not like a snobby dude. Now, I do stand on some truth in a lot of areas, but
you got some boundaries.
Yeah, I got boundaries. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm gonna share the truth to anybody in a loving way, not to rip you limb from limb with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you got them Bible thumbs out there that rip you limb to limb. Like,
yeah, bro. I know. I get you. And so, I'm all about sharing truth. But, the word says do it in love. So
right. So walk like Jesus. Is there any point in your time that you want to give up?
Dude, all the time. There's been so many days where I'm saying, I don't know if I'm really called to doing this. And so, yeah, bro, too many times. Like, the fact that I'm still even rapping is like really crazy. But sometimes it's either I got enough time but not enough money, so I can't really, pour into what I do, or I got more money now but not enough time. So those times have challenged me. The last like 5 years, that's really challenged me to whether or not, are you sure you called me this? So I'm really literally coming to a season where I'm actually confident, like, okay, this is it. Like, I am called to do this.
Right.
Prior to that, with just like business and life, I really started questioning and doubting whether or not this is something I can do. So what I've learned in all of this is, like, you just got to stick to it. And just because opposition comes doesn't mean it means quit. It's just,
right.
There's nothing that's ever built without just like digging hard, working hard for it.
So. Yeah, it's like the journey, man.
Yeah.
When pain comes, we're ready to throw in the towel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. You first sign of pain, like, I'm done. So
yeah,
I'm learning how to like get past that.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah,
just keep on going, man.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that you're a teacher as well.
Yes.
So what grade you teach?
All right, I'm not gonna tell you the school. All right, but I teach 6th grade social studies.
6th grade?
Yeah, world. Man. Yeah. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad.
They about to go to middle school, right?
Yeah, so they're already
already in middle school.
but they're still
freshman middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're still little enough to like, have a little fear in them. They when you get 7th grade and 8th grade, you're just like, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want. But
Yeah.
nah, I've been teaching for like the last 4 years. I'm starting my 5th year, so it's really rewarding. It's rewarding, and I've learned a lot, just subject-wise, even myself. So,
which curriculum?
One more time.
Which curriculum are you teaching?
Yeah, so they have a curriculum already set by the district, so it's kind of like already there for you, so you kind of like can mold it, make your own. But it's world cultures.
World culture.
Yeah, bro, it's dope. Talking about languages across the world, you learn just how the environment works, stuff like that. Just everyday things that you just don't even think about.
So how's this like? Do you use your rapping in your teaching? Your teaching is rapping is hard. Like,
yeah, I kind of separate the two, and the reason is because as a teacher, you have to be very careful with like interactions with students outside of school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful with that. So I have rapped at the school before. I actually made a song a couple years called "Graduate," and so I wrote it specifically for the school. And so I performed there before. But the kids are smart, man. I got social, so one kid said, "Hey, I found your YouTube channel," and they found it. They'll definitely find it for sure. Once one kid found out, it spread everywhere, bro. And like, so they're like, "Oh yeah, Sondaye," and I'm just like, "Oh yeah," trying to ignore them, like I didn't hear them, but they follow, man. And so, they're up to game with that for the most part. Hey, my mom heard the song and she liked it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So, but in the classroom, I don't necessarily like rap to them, but I do play a lot of like hip hop instrumentals if we're doing work, and that's just like my personality, So, yeah.
So how long does it take you to write a song?
Whew. Nowadays, man, sometimes it could be like a week. I'm a excellence-ist. And like for me, like everything has to be like
A1.
Yeah. So, but if I oh yeah.
I mean, I orchestrate.
Okay. Oh, so you're a producer?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Dang, bro, I gotta check out some of the beats.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So for it, like on a good day, like if I'm really pressing, I can get a song done in the night. I've done that a couple of times. But if I'm just on my own time, sometimes it's like it can be a week. And if I'm pulling an all-nighter, I can get that done that same night too. So
same night.
Sometimes.
I really got the feeling.
Or nowadays it's not necessarily me. I'm learning. I don't really feel it. Sometimes I just have to press through because sometimes my feelings aren't there for it.
Right.
I'm just like, yo, this is not good, and I'm very critical. And so if I sometimes the momentum to write a song takes a long time because I'm like, this ain't it. It's not it. So
who do you hear for that motivation? Like I know you got your artist that you just put on. Just be like,
yeah. So I listen to like some tough spitters, like this dude named Dayton. He's on Bizzle's label called God Over Money. So this dude, like, he's one of the people I study, like, just lyrically. So if I'm, if I need a little inspiration, these are dudes I'll go to.
Right.
Because I'm like, yeah, they got the bars. So I believe in bars, man. You gotta bring them.
Oh, so in Christian rap, y'all believe in bars too?
Bro, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I had no idea.
Okay, I'll say it like this. You can be, no offense, you can be I'll say it the nice way. You can be a not so polished Christian Muslim. You can be not polished. And just because you're rapping for Christ, I heard in a song, artist say, it doesn't mean you can't be whack.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not a shot to anybody. It's just to say, like, you got to have bars. You got to be able to, you still got to have the skill level that it takes to, like, to rap. You got to rap. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it can be maybe people not so developed, and I'm not a person that's like, oh, you suck. I'm just like, you know what? Hey, you can grow here. You can do better here. I would coach a person, but you gotta bring the bars.
But you're not in the business of like putting it down. Like you can't do this. You should give up.
Because I remember myself coming up. You know what I'm saying, and learning. And despite my little slip up today, I got bars. Gotta run that back. Nah, but for real.
So you don't think Ice JJ Fish can go to gospel music?
That dude's fire, sir. He's fire. What you talking about? Nah. Nah.
He trying to walk like Jesus for real.
Hey, he gonna need a.
That can't do no wrong.
He gonna have to brush up. He gonna have to brush up a little bit. He gonna have to brush up a lot of bit. I'll say it like that. Nah. But I know he acts like he's serious, and we all know that was satire. We know, or was it?
I would never know.
Oh, right, we'll never know. That's what makes it mysterious. Nah, but if you like in all seriousness, if you're a person you're doing like that style, like that kind of cringy, and you came in, you're rapping, I'd be like, you need to like sit down and develop, like seriously. Now I'll pull you off to the side or something, or if you ask me, I'll be honest with you. You can work on this, and here's why. But I'm not gonna be like, man, you trash. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what they go. That's the go-to.
Yeah, but as a Christian MC, not like just because you rep for Christ don't mean the bar's gotta be whack. Like you gotta put on, man. Like for real, like know how to rap. So there's dudes I listen to that do that. And I try to inspire them.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I understand that you are also married.
I am.
Can you give some tips for some of us that's trying to get married or
yes
in marriages already?
Woo. Okay. Where can we start? There's a lot.
How many years have you been married?
So I just celebrated 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This last July.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
how many kids in?
None yet.
Oh man, how you doing? Well, answer the first question first. I'm interested now.
Okay. So I don't have children yet. Me and my wife both work in education. So our mindset is, hey, we're around kids all day, and we like to come home to peace. And so we haven't planned for children at this point, but hopefully one day. So getting married. Are you married?
Or is he trying to get married?
Okay. Relationship. Gosh, marriage.
I mean, you've been doing it 4 years. That's college. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I would say. The same stuff you started doing to get her.
Yeah.
I realized you actually have to do the same stuff to keep her. It's crazy. Like so, we like I go on dates, and then when you get married, you start dating.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what happened? And so for women, it's like, yo, like, oh, so basically you just dated me to marry me, but you just, so that's the thing. Like you got to kind of like continue wooing her. So
okay.
So change it up. Do a date night. Bring flowers, like because people get married, they start having like life hits, and then you stop doing those things, stop opening up doors, things like that, and then it just kind of becomes stagnant. So just like that's the advice I would give. It's just like do the same thing, marry that you did to get her.
Well, I ain't trying to get you in trouble on that, but don't you think women need to continue to do the same thing consistently?
Yeah, it goes both ways, right? So, and like my relationship, for example, me and my wife both have the mentality that we're to serve one another. It's not, and this is going to offend some people. I'll say like this: it's not like okay, I'm the prized possession. It's all about me, because at that point you become God. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we both have it to where this is not about you. It's not about me. This is about Jesus. It's about God. So I'm gonna love Him by serving you. And you do the same. And we're both doing it. Right. Marriage is complete. But if it just comes about me, so there's two sides of that.
You can't be selfish.
Yeah, there's two sides. It can be, hey, I'm just about the woman, and it's just worship me. It's all about me. Or it can be about the man. Hey, it's about kind of that machismo, like, hey, you serve me and you do what I say.
Because that's usually how it is, right?
It can go either way.
Yeah.
And if
you don't have God in it.
Yeah. So for us, it's like it ain't about you, it ain't about me. We're here to make God proud. So if that means I gotta serve you, and even doing it at times when I'm not being served at that moment. And I know if I'm doing my part and I'm serving, I'm pleasing God, He'll tap on her mind and her heart and be like, hey, don't forget, you gotta do it too. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we move.
Right.
There's an old saying, the family that prays together stays together. So that's kind of where we're at. And don't get me wrong. There are challenges, bro. There are challenges like everybody else.
They're going WWE in the house.
Bro. We
On
don't,
the
we,
top
don't, we
rope.
don't be putting hands on each other, but you know, we're two imperfect people trying
Right.
to learn each other. So
And y'all have your own journeys as well.
yeah, bro. We mess up. We slip up and say things to each other that we don't want to, but you know, the Holy Spirit would be like, "Hey, you need to go apologize to her right now." I don't want to. Well, you know, then
I'm gonna take her out your life, you know.
or hey, I forgave you all these things, but you don't want to forgive her.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
Ooh. Make you feel bad.
sorry. No, I don't do it like that. I just be like, hey, I apologize. And usually when I do that, you know, as a leader, it comes right back. So, but yeah, that you gotta put that's another thing. Your pride, you gotta put it down, man. You can't be like, you can't. It's not about you.
Right.
And it's hard because you know, as human beings in general, we're selfish people. It's all about me. You have to get up and think about another person all the time. It can be hard.
Man, in your success, I'm noticing you have to be genuine, you know, first and foremost, authentic. But your success is not only for yourself, you know what I'm saying, it's for other people.
Yeah.
You're supposed to help other people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, on your journey.
Yeah.
You know, as God did, as Jesus did, rather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a principle that's a pastor taught me a long time ago. He's like, if you build other people's dreams, you build your own. So that's what I'm about, man. It's like helping other people. And oftentimes, behind the scenes, I've helped people kind of like, you know, get to, you know, higher platforms for themselves. And sometimes it can be hard because, you know, I'm a human being. I get jealous. I'm like, wait a minute, like that should be me. You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't. I mean, if you can help other people win, and everybody can eat, and everybody can win, it works out just better for everybody. So.
Yeah, that's the truth. And man, I commend you because you get a conglomerate of things. You know, some people can't hold one thing. Some people can't hold their marriage and rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But be teaching. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't hold teaching in their marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for me, I got a very supportive wife.
Okay.
That like pushes me. She's like, yeah. So why haven't you wrote this song yet? How come you haven't done this? You said you were gonna do this. You said you were gonna get that verse to that guy. So she's pushing that.
So
too.
she's holding you accountable,
bro. Yes. Yes, and I need that. But I also have to, you know, work and support our family too. So maybe one day it can happen to where I just rap, and that, you know, can be what we live off of. But until then, that juggle game is tough. Not only that, I'm a youth leader at my church too. So
okay.
So time and learning how to manage time and be disciplined is something I'm trying to grow in right now as a person. So it's tough, but I'm up for the challenge, and you know, God's got me. So.
Yeah, he certainly got you. You know, he got all of us, even the ones that don't see.
Yeah,
that he got us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But people that don't see that he got us, it's quick to call on him when something go wrong. And
yeah, man. Yeah.
Something go bad, they quick to, oh Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? You're right. But even in that, there's God's grace. Even in that, where he's like, you know what? I'm still going to hear you. I'm still going to hear you. And sometimes he even allows those situations to kind of get our attention. You know what I'm saying? So,
you definitely know which ones, which situations he wants your attention on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Many times.
But everything that you have built, everything that you have learned from, you know, how does it make you a better man today?
Yeah, so with everything that I'm learning and just what I've built, it's just taught me I'll just be a person who is committed, a person who can be disciplined, a person who is a person of my word. So, you know, as I'm building the LZM brand and I'm trying to like make it solid, I really believe that God is forging into me like just a character of just excellence, and that's just who I aspire to be, a person with excellence. So if I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it. If I say I'm going to be here at this time, I want to be there at that time. If I say, hey, I'm going to do this, and I want to follow what I say, and just be a person who is a man of my word. Man. So all those things have helped me kind of like become that person I am today. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what is a single? I know you got a single out, don't you?
Yeah. So I do have a single out right now. I have a couple, but the most recent is a song called "Line in the Sand." And so basically, "Line in the Sand" is just kind of like a challenge to believers to kind of like, hey, pick a side. Like, sometimes the truth is, as you're walking with God, sometimes you kind of like, you might slip to the left a little bit, and sometimes you get comfortable with it. So the song is based off of scriptures and Revelation, where Jesus tells, hey, if you're not hot or you're not cold, or you're kind of in the middle, I'll spit you out, basically. So the song "Line in the Sand" is basically like, here's a dividing line, pick a side, right? Are you gonna walk with God or are you not? It's kind of it's very.
So you can't be like in the middle.
Yeah, you can't be in the middle. It's a very punch hard, kind of heavy song, but it's really anytime I write a song, it's a challenge to me first. So when I'm writing these songs, I'm like, okay, like what is God telling me? And then I kind of flip it to where I bring others into that. So like the very beginning of the song just basically talks about how I was 18 years old. I told God I was going to do the God thing. When I turned 22, God had a different plan. Hey, I know you know about me. You grew up in the church. Pick a side. And so it's kind of like my story, because growing up, I knew about church. I knew about that, but I was not living it like by any means. I was out there kind of doing my own thing.
Yeah, but you had to though.
What you mean?
You had to gain that experience so you could be right for somebody else. So you say, I did that, and you don't want to do that, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, and so with that being said, like, because I've experienced that, I can be like, hey, it's on this side of the line. I'm telling you, this is where it's at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the song is really just kind of like challenge for me and for others who would listen. So the very first words of the song is like, he who has an ear, let him hear me. Like, hey, like, if your spiritual ears are up, listen, I'm trying to tell you a message.
Right.
Listen to it. And so
you got a video to it?
I do not have a video, but it is on all the major digital outlets, Apple Music, Spotify.
So I seen some video of yours, and it was on YouTube. What is it?
You might be talking about Rappers Anonymous. Was I like in a chair?
Yeah.
That was
Rappers Anonymous.
That was probably one of my favorites. And it was kind of like that song in particular. Have you heard of Alcoholics Anonymous? It's like it's called AA. It's like when people struggle with alcohol. They go to the meetings like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a rap song.
Oh no.
I'm like, who's it by?
Alcoholics Anonymous. That's a rapper. That's crazy. No, but so Alcoholics Anonymous is like people who struggle with alcohol. You go to a meeting like, hi, my name is Chaz. Hi, Chaz.
Yeah.
So Rappers Anonymous is kind of this idea of like, hey, I'm in therapy, kind of like sharing some frustrations of mine, sharing like the inner struggles and just kind of like getting that out and kind of navigating that space and trying to get back to a healthy place. Because as a rapper, Christian or not, I deal with jealousy at times. Why is that rapper popping off? I've been doing it longer than him. When am I gonna like get exposed like that? Those kind of like negative things.
Right.
So the song is basically like sharing that to the therapist, but like at the end, like coming to the realization that let's hit home base. Why did you start doing this in the first place? Let's get back to that. So that's what that song's about.
Do you feel like you need a team to like really push?
Yes. So I'm learning. I've always been a lone wolf for the most part, but I'm learning that a team is vital. I've never operated with a team, but now I'm starting to learn that it's super important for me for the next season I go into. I've been really learning about having people on that team. It's hard for me though because my fingers are in the details of everything I do, down to the letter you put on the flyer. I spell my name. It's a joke with some guys. We were talking about that the other day. I said, y'all got the D, lowercase. You know what I mean? But down to just how the music videos. I'm in the details. So for me, it's kind of scary to me to like relinquish like what I'm trying to say, like duties to people to delegate, but I'm gonna have to do it if I want to see myself kind of grow as an artist. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Because one artist is like it's hard to market. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to promote.
And if you don't know what you're doing,
business, if you don't know, man,
if you don't know what you're doing, you can't just throw stuff on Instagram and be like, bam. It does not work like that.
Nah,
so
not at all.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to go in this next season as far as like learning how to market, because everything I do, like as far as like scheduling, and website, and all that stuff, like when you go on my stuff, like I pretty much put that together. Merch, researching how to do that, like I did all that. That's cool, but my heart is music, creating that stuff. I don't want to be trying to juggle everything.
Right.
And so I'm learning like you have to figure this out. But also, you got to create a space for yourself to where you need a team. If you're not popping off and you're not doing music, you can manage that. But I'm not at a place yet to where I got a bunch of songs and I got a couple, but not enough to where I need to start saying, hey, can you handle this? Can you handle this? So I mean, that's me being honest with me.
Right.
So, but what I am going there.
So you think you got to be at a certain tier for you to like, I need a photographer, I need a videographer, I need a promoter.
I wouldn't say tier as much as I would say business. Because like I know photographers and stuff like that, but I'm talking about people that are they're with you on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so by team, I think are you meaning like people you can hit up for these things, or just people that are regularly running?
I mean, people that you can hit up for the things can be your regular people that you.
Oh yeah. So in that regards, I do have people that I go to regularly. People who I know have connection for producing. There's certain people I go to for that, flyers, stuff like that. So by that definition, yes, I have a team in that regard. But yeah, I say that.
So we about to wrap it up right now. So is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my wife.
Oh, first,
of course, I got to shout her out, man. She's been pivotal in me doing this. And then I want to shout out the Rise movement, man. There is something brewing in the city with a lot of Christian artists. We just came back from a thing called Flavor Fest not too long ago. We were in a 35-minute cypher, 7 cities all over Texas represented. We represented San Antonio branch.
Oh wow!
Mr. Johnson and Tangi, Journey King, Jarrell, myself, and there's way more artists that I can't name. So if I didn't name you, don't be offended. But there's gonna be some really cool things coming up soon. So shout out to you guys. And then yeah, man, that's
so,
a shout out.
So why don't y'all just get together and do your own events?
So that's coming.
Okay, let's go.
That's coming.
Yeah.
And most importantly, we're gonna do these events, but we want to put people on, man, other people in the city. I'll say like this, bro. There are dozens of Christian hip hop artists, and so the fact that you don't know a lot of them means we got to go to work, because there are some people here, man, that are like just like dope, like I'm not message wise, but just the ability to rap. Like you can listen to music, like that's really good.
Right.
There's a lot of us in the city, and so as I'm representing my own brand, LZM, Lives Us Music, I want to be able to use that as a platform to launch other artists. Like, there's people here, man, that are cold, bro. And so, like,
because there's Christians that say, I love everybody, but they don't take a chance on a Christian rapper. That's the rap in their church.
Yeah, and whatever reason, but look, I mean, part of that is relationship, and a part of that is there's that connotation that, oh yeah, they're Christian, so it's kind of corny, they're not that good. And so, like I said, I know some cats that they put all that to rest, like those connotations, man.
Yeah, battle rap.
We don't personally battle rap, but there are some Christian battle rappers out there. Have you heard of any? What?
Oh.
Are you kidding? I'm gonna have to put you on some. There's a dude named Loso, A Ward, Saga, Street Hymns, and these dudes are killing it. So you heard of Smack, right?
Smack, yeah.
Yeah, these dudes be on there.
Oh yeah,
right, killing folks, bro.
They only talking about the blicky,
yeah,
talking about the
kind of, but they'll spin it. They'll spin it. Now I had to put you on some dudes, bro. But like, this one dude who kind of really kick-started that was this dude named the Saga, bro. He ate. I'm telling you, bro. Like, there's some dudes out there that are just like cold Christian artists, but they're in that space, still staying true to God, but just like. So here's what I learned. Christian or not, if you have bars and you can spit, the respect is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that oftentimes is that avenue. Like if you're coming in and you're just kind of like, oh, you're whack, and I hate saying that because I don't want to like down anybody, but if you just don't have a good skill level, people
Right.
say, oh yeah, they trash. And so what they'll do is take one Christian, but they all trash. They all trash.
Which all they
If
on the
that
bucket.
dude-
They all on the pot.
If that dude sucks like that,
Yeah.
everybody's like that. So
That's for somebody to step up and be like,
yeah, so there's some dudes. So we don't battle rap each other, but we definitely will challenge each other on like content bars. Like, yeah, you probably should rewrite that first. I've had that happen a couple times. You sure you're gonna say that? Nah, go back and rewrite that side.
well, how you know it's in love though?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
here,
Like,
for me, you don't got to be the yes man. I'd rather you tell me the truth. Than do not. So sometimes it is in love, but it's just like, yeah, it's just they should go back and do it. And I'm like, okay.
oh, that was too good.
But these are for people who I look up to. Now I take their word for it.
Right.
If you have a booger on your shirt and you walk out there and like, I'm not gonna tell you. Then I'm not really looking out for you. Man. So
Right. I thought I had a booger
No.
on my shirt. I'm like, God damn, baby.
So if someone's like, yeah, that's not really that great, just tell me. I'm gonna get in my feelings a little bit, maybe a couple seconds, but then I'll go back and be okay, this is what you're saying. And oftentimes when people have done that, I've kicked some of the best verses I've ever kicked, just because they challenge me. So that's what I want to be around, people that challenge me, not yes men that are like, oh, that's dope, Sondaye, and they be like, trash. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah,
Man, it was an honor having you, man. Thank you for being here, man. Tell the people where they can find you, man.
yes, man. You can find me on Sondaye _LZM. So SONDAYE_LZM. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those things. So yeah.
Well, y'all heard it right here. Sondaye is in the mother house. Yo,
Mother Teresa house.
Mother Teresa's house.
Oh my God.
Yo, this your boy DJ Scorpio with a K at U3 Radio, and we out.